I just wanted to record this video to share about generosity. Let's say generosity is at stake and you gotta know how to deal with that, or if you're gonna be generous or not. That may have happened to you before if you are having dinner with your family and people are gathering and they're coming together and there are some, um, let's say, some steaks at the table and you all are looking for the best beefs and you all want to eat the best. Are you the ones who go for the meat first to make sure that you're gonna have the best pieces, or are you gonna wait for everybody to get their pieces and see, okay, let me just wait so they can get theirs and I'll get mine after them? If you do so, you're showing generosity. I'm just recording and saying this because it's been very common nowadays, and I've just seen that on the internet. People saying that kids don't have to share their toys because you don't share your car or your smartphone with people, so you don't have to teach your kids to share their toys with other kids. And I was just remembering that this is not a biblical principle. Like when we read Proverbs chapter 3, it says that if it's in your power to help people and you do not help him, God is watching that. So we got to help people when it's in our power to do so. And it means if you can. So if you can, those who can help and do not help, James already told us, are committing sin. So if you can help someone but you're not helping, you're committing a sin. It means you have to be able to. So it means you're not going to give up your privacy, your intimacy, which is the same like that you do. Let's say that's why we don't share our phones, or you don't come and take off your kids' clothes and give to the other kids, and that's talking about their privacy. But teaching your kids to be generous is amazing. There is a book called There's This Animal, and it's called Lean, and you may have two leans and no dog. And what does it mean? It means that there are two people trying to suck and have whatever they want in their marriages, but no one is conceding, no one has been generous, no one is giving, no one has been like offering anything, but they just want for themselves. If you're in that position, you're in serious trouble. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 11, verses 24 through 26, that the generous are going to be blessed and those who water are going to be watered. I watched this episode of a guy who was like they were three teenagers and they were walking and they got stranded in a desert, like in the canyons. One of the kids was the leader and he was the one who was helping out all of those and always positive and trying to lead them out, find ways and being helpful and always like very uplifting for all of them. What happened was that he was generous. He was giving his water to his friends when they were running out of water. Unfortunately, they all ran out of water and they got to a point where they were very dehydrated and they could barely breathe or walk, or it was getting very hard for them. He died and the other guys found rescue. The first guy didn't have enough time to find rescue because he was so dehydrated because he gave his water to the others. So my question is, if he was not giving his water, what would have happened to all of them? Maybe all the three would have died. And today all of them are looking and they look up to that guy who died. How does God saw that? And how was that before God's eyes? That's pretty interesting because I was reading Genesis chapter 13 verses 8 through 13, and it was Abraham and Lot. And Abraham looked at Lot because their herdmen were fighting. And he looked at Lot and said, well, you may choose if you're going to go to right or left. If you choose right, I choose left. If you choose left, I go right. And then Lot chose to go to the valley where it was plenty of water, the valley of the Jordan. It says that it was like the garden of God, of the Lord. It was like Egypt, full of water. And it came to be Sodom and Gomorrah, like right after he came. Like the land was destroyed, it became barren, even up to these days. And the guys who lived there were evil and mistreated him. So Abraham was generous and he lived in Canaan, which became turned out to be the best place to live, like which is Israel today. So Abraham was blessed because he was generous. If we're generous, God is going to bless us. So we got to give so we may get back. So don't have this like ego mentality or selfish mentality. We got to bless.